I'm excited, huh? Bit of a side quest. I love collectibles, so it's a bit of a surprise for me. I underestimate it a lot. I decided to come see one of the best collections, possibly, I think, I'm not even joking, around the world. Hello. Alright, yeah. It's a wow situation. It's really nice.
That's a passion, man. This is. I've loved guitar since I was 14, I think 13.
I chose to meet you today just because I want to understand the feeling around what the collection's all about.
Yeah.
And even collectibles, just even the history around them. I think every single one of them has its own story.
Yeah, it has a story and it has emotional value to me.
To you, exactly.
Based, let's say, if it's from 0 to 10, most of these on display are 6 above.
Take us a bit through it. I'm seeing small, from literally the tiniest guitars.
Let's just point here, just so I introduce you to Kiss. These are Kiss. There are 4 guys, 4 characters. You have the Catman, the Star Child, the Demon, and the Spaceman. These guys have changed, come and gone.
But
some people
passed.
Solo.
They went solo.
They did go solo, but they also left the band because of differences.
Okay.
1 or 2 people passed away as well. Paul Stanley is, this by the way, is a signed poster, right? This is just so tapprezzato.
I'm
It's just a regular poster. Paul Stanley is the front man. These 2 are the front guys. He plays bass, he plays guitar.
When was their peak?
They peaked in the 70s. Okay. That's when they peaked. They started 72, 80 were the biggest days.
What are these? The small ones?
These are all Kiss related. These are all the miniature. So what they'll do is they will release. There's this company that releases miniature, and most of them are signed by the actual members, though. So those are all signed by some of those guys. For me, guitar is art. A guitar is not just something you play, an instrument. It is like a painting. It is like a piece of furniture. For me, this is art.
So I can understand you're focused more on the Kiss.
No, I'm focused mainly on Kiss. Then these opportunities come along because I love guitars. So opportunities, as you'll see in the other rooms, opportunities come along where...
Okay, I'm quite excited. That is like just the beginning of things. Alright, so over here, okay, there's a lot.
Alright, these are all Paul Stanley related. These are all the singer, the main guy. So these are all pretty much...
Which is the most valuable to you?
Valuable.
And to the market?
Valuable to me, they're very different. That is never touched by Paul Stanley, but the guy who made the number 1 for Paul Stanley made number 2 for me. Okay. So basically, and there are all 3 of them. So he said, listen, I made 1 for Paul Stanley, I'm making 1 for you. And then that's it, he made 1 more and that's it. This one, probably, Paul Stanley used this for a couple of years on tour.
This is used?
Yes, this is stage, not just stage played. So 1, 2 or stage played. He plays the last 3 songs with a guitar and he gives it to you at the end. So signs and all. This was actually one that he used all throughout a tour. In fact, if you see over here, there's the mirror at the back and says he played this around the world. So there was a couple of particular songs where he'd use that guitar, but not just for one night. He used it for, let's say, 3 tours. And every morning, I must have been here a number of years. When I come here, I just love that. Still, it's not like something, you do a tattoo, I like it, all right, and then you forget about it. And every day I come in, I go,
exactly.
Good morning, boys. Kiss are very commercial. So you can buy many of their guitars, and you can still today buy guitars of past gigs because they will sell anything, even their underwear. If you tell them, I have.
You have?
No, I don't have. I'm not that kind of fan. This is a Paul Stanley signed and toured guitar. As I know what market value is.
Approximately. Like, how much would you buy it for if you saw it on auction?
30, 40.
Not bad, if you think about it.
This comes with certificates and all. These are actual Paul Stanley certificates where he's saying, listen, that I confirm that this is guitar of that serial number.
That's much more value too.
Without the case and the certificate, it's worth nothing.
Collection, how long have you been collecting for?
Collecting guitars, I'd say probably about 30 years.
One last question.
That's a Maltese flag. Just had a guy who, they went through a time where they were painting some of the guitars. So they had the American flag, the guy had dragons on his basses. The same artist who painted those guitars, I sent him one. I told him, listen, I like the Maltese flag on mine. And the guy said, I've never done anything but the American flag. I want to start doing more flags around the world. I'll start with you. So I shipped it to America. And the same guy who painted the Kiss guitars painted the Maltese flag for me. This is not about resale for me.
I know how you guys work. It's
one day I probably will, and the Gianni can be removed if you want to. But this is not about resale. This is, for me, it's about I met Paul Stanley and I have the guitar he used on stage. So man, this is Gene. So now this is the bassist, Gene Simmons. So again, his character is the demon. So that guitar he would play, and at a point the person he spits blood because he's a demon. So that stuff coming down is this fake blood, which so that was used in a concert. He does most of the concert with that guitar and he spits blood. I wouldn't say highly collectible, but quite rare. Especially these two are quite rare to find, even a white Punisher.
Oh, I'm having fun. It's really so fun. It's so different.
But follow me.
Shit.
This is the other room.
Wow. Just how nice it is. Okay, so there's a lot to explain because, as we said in the beginning, each object has its own value. I just want to understand the most valuable assets to you currently.
More than valuable, emotional value is high because some of these take me back stuff which I got 30 years ago.
What's the most unexpected thing we can see today here?
This is in 1987 when Kiss were doing touring Crazy Nights. When you see them on MTV, the drummer was playing this kit. Short drummer, big hair, in my massive drum kit, and only had 2 of these. When you see that, I was like, man, I remember I'm 15, 16 years old at school, like, wow, man, this is mind-blowing. After he passed away, because his drummer passed away in 1991, the same day as Freddie Mercury. He passed away, there was lots of his stuff. Some collectors would have bought it, they broke the kit into different pieces, so it wasn't one whole set. And I am constantly on auctions looking for stuff, mainly Kiss related. And this came up and I said, dude, this is, for me, it's part of the holy grail of Kiss. These all have a bit of a story, so, you know, some of these are Kiss, these aren't Kiss related, these are Foo Fighters. This is the guy who makes Kiss guitars, he made a chrome one. It's not that heavy, it's very hamallu, I like it.
It's playable.
It's playable, yes. Alright, if you come in here, it's a bit of a mess in here though. Here there are lots of stuff which are signed. So these are all signed. So a chunk of this stuff you see here, these are all Kiss stuff which are all signed pretty much. A lot of the stuff for me, this is extremely personal and extremely valuable to me. This is when I went with Gene Simmons of Kiss. We recorded a song, we're about 20 of us. Electric Lady Studios are where Jimi Hendrix, Fleetwood Mac recorded, and Kiss recorded there. And I had the opportunity to meet him and record a song with him. So I got this.
You have it, yeah? We can hear it, or it's...
Yeah, yes, I'll find it on my computer.
Let's find it.
There's a Kiss song, obviously, which we recorded.
Yeah.
One of his albums. That's me. So more than the song, which was fun, he shows you how the studios work. So it goes to the mixer, how everything works in the studio, micro, teaches you how to sing properly, corrects people. And we're 20 random people, so not singers or musicians. Stuff. There were people who never sang in their life.
I have a huge collection of these. I have over 600 of them.
Oh, funkos?
Yeah. You never know for them though, eh?
I only go for the Kiss ones. I think they're super cool. You know, as you can see, I stopped collecting anything Kiss now.
So stopped, finished?
No, only guitars, so I'm finding rarer guitars. I sell some of my others. I want to make a smaller collection, but I'm more prestigious. I would say I'm probably in the top 15, top 10 of Kiss.
What's the value?
I have no idea. I don't have a value.
Of everything?
Of everything, no, I don't know.
0?
Probably as an entire collection it might be worth something, individually it might not be.
I believe collectibles are taking over the stock market a bit. Because I'm starting to understand the system, even with regards to collectibles. Like, it doesn't have to be music. I think music is topping kind.
Certain things is film, so clothes from films,
cards,
props, cars. I had done a meet and greet where the band do a 40-minute acoustic set. So they sit down with drums, acoustic, 20 people. Imagine a room this size, they're set up and you go, play with that one, and they play it. And then after they go, they get the makeup done, you get a picture, they give you, they sign some stuff, you have a bit of a chit chat. That costs about €1,000.
It's €1,000.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're meeting the person that created history.
From the age of 10 till the day I die, Kiss were always present in my life. So for me, it has the roots of this collection is within my soul. Because for me, it's not just about, for me the visual is important. And even being OCD and having everything in a straight line, I get very excited. Dude, respect.
Thank you so much.
Familia.
Thank you so much for your time. It was great. Actually, you got me a bit into the mood of understanding things a bit.
You need to take as much information from your dad about what the records meant to him, because his records go back a long time.